calories. I told you 1 teaspoon equals 15 calories. Right? 1 teaspoon equals 15 calories. So we're looking at, if you were to go ahead and do 1 full cup of sugar, you're looking at 720 calories. People do that throughout their day. I've seen people, during when this panic shopping that was going on about a month ago, people were buying cases of soda. So you just think about the amount of sugar they're going. So you're adding extra weight. You're adding a lot of extra calories into your body, into your diet, right? And it is not necessary. So we have to be really careful on the type of sugars that we're eating, right? We want to go ahead and, yes, eat a bunch of fruit. The problem with the thing with the fruit, you're not going to sit there and eat a whole case of apples at one sitting. Number one, like I said before, there is fiber attached to that, or pectin is what it's called. So when you're eating a whole bunch of apples, after a while you're done, you're full. That gives you that full feeling. A lot of times, those are the good calories. So you go ahead and eat. A lot of people can eat a case of donuts. There's no calories to that. I mean, there's no nutrition to that. It's a lot of empty calories. So there's a difference between empty calories and like sustainable calories, which you want to get from regular good food. All right. So do you think, let me ask you a question, and nobody's going to answer me, but do you think that natural sugars such as honey and molasses are a better choice than table sugar? Do you think that natural sugars such as honey and molasses are a better choice than table sugar? Well, I hope you said no. I hope you said false, because it is not a better choice. I love natural sugars. I'll use honey not a lot. I'll use honey to help sweeten my oatmeal here and there. I'll use coconut sugar. Those are the different alternatives I'll use instead of regular table sugar. But depending on what you're doing, they're not the best choice. Okay, so you have to really be careful. So understanding this is going to make it better for you. So we want to make sure too, also, guys, that when you're going to the store, that you're reading all the labels. I think I talked to you about this the last topic here we talked about. You want to read the labels, okay? Understand what's in your labels. Sometimes you read your labels, and there are a whole lot of names that represents sugars. So I'm going to give you a couple of them. All right, so when you look on your label, the back of the label, when it says ingredients, it talks about, you'll hear brown sugar. Corn syrup is a form of sugar. Dextrose, fructose. Remember, fructose we talked about before is actual real good sugar, right? The natural sugar that naturally occurs in fruit, right? Then you have fruit juice concentrates, not the same thing. Glucose, high fructose corn syrup, which you really have to be careful with high fructose corn syrup, because they've been under major attacks recently. That they've had studies that this has caused large tumors in rats. Okay, honey, which we know comes from the honeybee, inverted sugar, malt syrup, maltose, raw sugar, sucrose, and syrup. So you have to read your labels, because these all may be on the label. And you say if you have 3 or 4 of these things, like, hey, you have dextrose, maltose, glucose, and corn syrup. Well, how much sugar do you think that really is? And how many calories are you consuming when you eat these things, right? If it has maybe one source of sugar, like honey, you might not have a problem with that, depending on how much you're consuming, or fructose or things like that. And again, your best form of fructose that you're going to get is from an actual apple or a strawberry or things like that, and it's not going to really kick up your calorie count too much. Okay. So really read your food labels. Okay. So So that's what we just want to make sure we talk about. We understand these things. When you're reading your labels, understand your labels, guys. I'm gonna say this time and time again as I talk to you, especially when it comes to nutrition or things like that. We have to make different choices. We have to understand what we're reading and what we're putting in our body. A lot of times you'll read the labels, and if you can't pronounce it, my rule of thumb, if I can't pronounce what I'm putting in my body, I won't grab it. Okay, so we're just talking about sugar today. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take a quick break, and I want to come back and we're going to talk more about this. And now we're going to tell you solutions on how to choose less added sugars when you're consuming things. This is where we're going to get at understanding how to better take care of our bodies in the long run. Okay, so we'll be back after these messages, and we'll continue this topic.
Nine signs that you're eating too much sugar. Most people would agree that sweet, mouth-watering sugar makes anything you put it on taste way better. Your toast a little bland? Sprinkle on some sugar. Coffee too bitter? Sugar will fix that up. But what might seem like innocent pleasure can actually cause a lot of serious health issues when we put too much of the stuff in our body. Luckily, our system gives us crystal clear signs when we've crossed that line, so let's break it down. Number 9, muscle and joint pain. Have you been skipping out on regular walks, gardening, or exercise lately because you're in pain? Well, this pain could be a warning from your body that you're consuming too much sugar. You see, large amounts of sugar in your diet cause your cells to secrete inflammatory messengers into your bloodstream in order to break down all that excess sugary glucose. Basically, all these complicated biochemical processes that come from consuming too much sugar result in muscle aches and pains, joint stiffness, and swelling. Not to mention, you could end up with arthritis, cataracts, heart disease, poor memory, or even wrinkles. If you're experiencing anything like this, go see your doctor immediately. Even if it's not related to your diet, living in constant pain is never okay. Number 8. Craving sweet foods. You might not know this, but our bodies develop a sort of dependency on sugar, and we get more and more addicted the more sugar we consume. That's because eating sweet, sugary foods releases dopamine, which is the chemical that controls the brain's reward and pleasure centers. Simply put, our brain sees sugar as a reward or a treat, and the more sugar you eat, the more your body craves it. So next thing you know, you're in this vicious, addictive cycle. Plus, food high in sugar won't make you feel full because it doesn't contain any useful nutrients, which is why you often feel hungry even if you just ate a big, delicious, sugary muffin like half an hour ago. So whenever you want something sugary, eat an apple, a pear, or any other fruit with natural sugars. These alternatives are both healthy and effective at stopping those sugar cravings. Number 7. Energy highs and lows. Don't get the wrong idea or anything. Sugar in the right amount is good for you because glucose is what supplies your body with energy. But any deviation from proper levels can lead to energy yo-yoing throughout the day. When you eat sweet stuff, the pancreas releases insulin to help bring glucose to the cells, giving you a rush of energy. Once the cycle ends, though, your energy levels drop because your body wants more sugar. And this can start a never-ending cycle of overeating sugar in order to stay energized. If you don't want to end up in that trap, don't reach for the sugary stuff, and instead go for lean proteins and healthy fats. Healthy foods like these will give you the real energy your body needs without causing unpleasant energy spikes and crashes. Number 6. Constant skin breakouts. Now here's a sign your body sends that's impossible to ignore because it'll be right on your face. We mentioned earlier that too much glucose in the blood can lead to inflammation. Well, acne is a type of inflammation of the skin. This insulin boost from your pancreas can increase the activity of your skin's oil glands and voila, meet your new pimple. So, if your unruly skin is bothering you and no acne treatment out there seems to help, try changing your eating habits. It doesn't mean that you should cut sugar from your life completely, but you might want to consume fewer foods that contain added sugar. When you see the change, you won't want to go back to the sweet stuff ever again. Number 5, weight gain. Another hard-to-ignore consequence of eating too much sugar is weight gain. It's never a pleasant surprise to find that your jeans feel a lot tighter around the waist, is it? And even that chocolate cake you ate a week ago can backfire in such a nasty way. It doesn't even necessarily mean that you're just eating a little too much sugar. It can be a sign that you're seriously overdosing on it. Remember that a high level of sugar increases the production of insulin, which stores excess fat around your belly, rather than some other place. Again, sugar shouldn't become your worst enemy. Just know your limits and control yourself. Number 4, tooth decay. Sweet foods inarguably promote the formation of cavities and tooth decay. But it's not the sugar alone that makes your teeth rot. It's the debris from the foods left in your teeth after you eat. If not brushed away properly, food debris causes the appearance of plaque on your teeth, which erodes the tooth's hard enamel surface, resulting in tiny holes. Different sugary foods like candy, kids' cereal, or breath mints can get stuck in hard-to-reach spots between your teeth, speeding up the process of decay. Always make sure to brush and floss your teeth properly. Use an antibacterial mouthwash and visit your dentist regularly. Number 3, a high sugar tolerance. When you eat a lot of sugary foods, your taste buds get used to the same level of sweetness over time and might not respond to it like they used to. Excess sugar dulls your palate, so sweet fruits and berries don't taste as sweet to you as they should. And that's a real shame, because there's nothing better than the true taste of a juicy apple or a delicious fruit salad. So if naturally sweet food just don't really cut it, and you need super sweet junk food in order to satisfy your taste buds, try cutting down on artificial sugary additives and switch to a well-balanced diet. After some time, you'll see a difference. Number 2, frequent colds and flu. Eating or drinking too much sugar stops the white blood cells of the immune system from attacking foreign bodies when you get sick. You see, the vitamin C that your body needs to fight illnesses is very similar in its chemical structure to glucose. So instead of looking for and working with vitamin C, your immune system tries to use glucose, which doesn't help much since it has zero power against bacteria and viruses. Therefore, instead of fighting off a sickness, your immune system suffers from it. To keep your immune system functioning the way it should, cut down on sugar when you're at risk of getting a cold or the flu, and eat more nutrient-rich fruits and vegetables that contain vitamin C and E, as well as beta-carotene and zinc. This will help your system win the battle. Number 1, feeling bloated. Bloating and painful gas, along with other digestive discomfort, can be caused by different foods, and those high in sugar are among them. That's because bloating is directly connected to what you eat and how your body can digest it. If sugar isn't absorbed into the small intestine, and not all of it will if there's too much, it'll enter the large intestine where it usually acts like a gas-producing bacteria. Too much sugar can easily wreak havoc on your gut, so try to avoid artificial sweeteners, Diet Coke, and sugary snacks. There are plenty of other foods that'll make you feel way better, and that's the most important. Okay, now that we've gone through all the possible symptoms of sugar overdosing, that begs the question, exactly how much sugar is too much? According to the World Health Organization, the recommended dose of sugar should be less than 10% of your daily energy intake. This daily 10% is about 2 tablespoons of sugar. And remember, it's always better to get this daily amount from natural products like fruits, vegetables, nuts, or whole grain cereals. When you eat healthy, you feel healthy. So make the right food choices for yourself and you'll feel amazing every single day. What about you? Do you consume a lot of sugar? If not, what helped you give it up? Tell us in the comments section below. Don't forget to share this video with all your sweet-toothed friends. This is definitely something they need to know. Stay on the bright side of life, and we'll see you soon.